Hello, Marcus Lim here with the Treasury edition of Marvel, or actually I prefer to call it like the Marvel anthology because what it is it's a series of stories, right? Collection of stories put together by Alex Ross, right? Featuring an all-star cast of writers and artists, right? And Alex Ross actually had this anthology idea even way back before he did Marvels. So this is actually his original pitch, right, to Marvel Comics. Back when he was like 20 years old or something, 1990, before he did Marvels. Now, obviously, this idea didn't take off back then because he went on to do Marvels. But on Marvel's 25th anniversary, they decided to actually give this a go, right? This anthology uh, of stories from a once-in-a-lifetime assemblage of talent. So this is what I was saying. 30 years ago, right, around 1990, Alex Ross at the time had a vision for a new series showcasing Marvel's heroes in a way that never seen before. And it says the first realization of that idea became Marvels, which, as we all know, is the legendary Marvels by Alex Ross and Kurt Busiek. But here we go. So now we actually have the anthology of stories Marvel, which was published, in 6 issues, right, 1 to 6 over there. Yeah. So there you go. It's got all these creators. Some, in the comic book industry, but others are actually not actually working in the comic book industry. Not primarily, right? But so it's pretty cool to be able to see them present, I guess, their vision, I guess, of what the stories are like. So let's have a look. Alright, so Marvel Treasury edition. So here are all of the stories, right? It's from the Marvel 1, issue 1, with all these stories, number 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alex Ross, he actually provides like the framing for the stories, the overture, right? Which is pretty cool. So, introduction by Alex Ross. And yeah, so here's issue number 1, which bears a lot of resemblance to, say, if I show you, this is Marvel's number 1, right? It's a strong resemblance. And, that's what I was saying. This was the kind of like his original kind of idea of having like painted look, which originally he wanted it to be an anthology of stories, but turned out that decided to do Marvels instead. So here's the framing, the overture by Alex Ross. Nightmare, kind of sort of capturing Doctor Strange, right, in order to use the dreams to, I guess, reshape the world into his own image or something like that. So here's the first story, Spider-Man Make My Day by Frank Espinosa. Okay. So yeah, obviously as an anthology of stories, you can see that they all have very different styles. So for instance, this second story, The Boy and the Brute by Kurt Busiek and Steve Rude, kind of evokes that Silver Age feel, which is nice. So this one has the Hulk fighting the Avengers. I guess something to do with Rick Jones, right? And then there's the framing again. So here we come to issue number 2. Again, the framing. And I really like this art style. This is by Dan Rariton. This is about the danger room, kind of like down for maintenance. But it's actually Professor X wanting to sort of see the interactions of the X-Men in that situation. So here's a funny one, right? Cannoli, something about a cannoli. Spider-Man and the Thing fighting for a cannoli, but eventually Doctor Doom gets it. The Vision. So this is by Paulo Rivera. Nice Vision story there. Okay, now we come to issue number 3, and then again with the framing device, and then we got a story of the Submariner by Alan Weiss. Okay. Okay. And then here's pretty I don't know, poetic or philosophical one by Bill Secondwich. Yeah, about the Watcher, and about, I guess, creating, the art of creation and all that. Very philosophical stuff. Here's one called Unwanted Attention by Scott Gustafson. Right. And then here is Black Widow in Hell. And then we come to issue number 4 now. So, more than halfway. Sons of Deviant World. Alright. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's like they're in a game or something. And then here's the When Monsters Smell, Dr. Doom by Hilary Barta. Bit of a tongue-in-cheek story, this one. I dedicated to Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko. Now this one, revolting. I am a revolting development. This is very nice colored pencil style, and it's also noteworthy because the script is by Alex Ross himself. So now we come to issue number 5, and this is a story of this day in the mystical life of Wong. Okay, so Wong gets a spotlight. You know, Doctor Strange's like sidekick. So yeah, and here we have a story by Adam Hughes, the legendary Adam Hughes, about Captain America in I guess World War II time. And then here is one. What is this one? Oh yes, this is a story by Mark Waid actually. It's a pretty nice little story. Wolverine fighting the Hulk. And then we kind of get this thing about Logan reaches the peak of his power when he surrenders to his rage. Alright, so here's the last one. You can see the issue number 6 is actually the cover to this Treasury edition. Alright, so last issue we have 2 stories. One about Nick Fury. Okay. So flip through this. And the last one is by Lee Bermejo. This is gorgeous, right? This story about the Silver Surfer. Just look at how gorgeously rendered Silver Surfer is. Alright, so that's the end. So finally we see that there's a bit of a twist where Nightmare thought he was in control, but actually Doctor Strange was misdirecting all this time. And that's how it ends. And as I was flipping through, you would have seen all these variants as well, covers, which is cool. And here's another variant for number 6 variant. And we have some sketchbook extra, so that's cool, right, to have. Sketchbook by Alex Ross, about the process by Paulo Rivera, this one. And then this is that Captain America story by Adam Hughes, inks. This is Lucio Barillo by the Wolverine. Yeah, the Mark Waid story, right? And then Yeah, so unused covers and some cover concepts here, and that's it. So that's Marvel, the Treasury edition by Alex Ross. So guess if you like Alex Ross, then definitely check this out, right? Because it's interesting, right? This is his original pitch to Marvel Comics all those years ago, which finally saw the light of day on Marvel's 25th anniversary. So here's your chance to see all 6 issues in one volume, and also kind of like oversized as well. So I hope you enjoyed this quick look at Marvel Treasury edition. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video.